Hey, what's going on, guys? Jay Will here again at Veteran Nerd Review, getting ready to give you guys another Marvel Select review on the Marvel Select Titanium Man. And I was very excited to get this figure, but to be honest with you guys, right out of the packaging, quite a few disappointments here and there that I will point out as we get deeper into the video. But for now, as always, we're going to take a quick look at the packaging, and then we're going to take a look at some comparisons and get into the figure. Alright, so let's go ahead and take the big man off of his stand here. Slide him back just a little bit. Bring the camera down. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and apologize right now because, yeah, I kind of messed up a little bit with the packaging here as far as like just opening it. And if you guys know me or been watching my videos so far or whatever, you guys know that I kind of really try my best to keep from damaging the package, but I guess today just wasn't my day. But yeah, so pretty standard window packaging here for the Select boxes. Got some nice artwork there on the side. Give you guys a nice little pan up there. He has a read up. If you want to read it, you can go ahead and pause it once I get a little closer. There you go. Some more artwork of the figure on the back. Yeah. Titanium Man. And yeah, my botched package opening there, so yeah, pretty much shredded a good portion of the packaging there, but I don't think I'm going to be getting rid of this figure anytime soon, so I might as well just go ahead and throw the box away. But yeah, that was the box. And let's get a closer look at the figure here, and man, just aesthetic wise, he does look very pretty. Green is my favorite color, and I like the way they have like a rich dark green all the way through. Very nice. I like the sculpting here. So he's very big, very large, imposing figure. And I'm going to get to some comparisons. Let me line the camera up a little bit more. Yeah. There we go. First comparison, we're going to bring in the Select Hulk, my new favorite Hulk figure, the Immortal Hulk. So you see how those guys look side by side. So yeah, he's a pretty big guy, but not too much for the Hulk. They're almost the same exact height. That's pretty interesting. For those of you guys don't know, quick little background on the Titanium Man. He is pretty much a Russian agent. The Russians are trying to create their own Iron Man or suit of armor that they could use to compete with him. And they created a giant suit, but they didn't have a power source. And as you can see, there was no arc reactor or anything in the chest, so they kind of just they went ahead and tried to create their own super soldier that was big enough to power the suit pretty much just on his own muscle, his own force. So yeah, you got like a giant man and a giant suit of armor. Yeah. For another comparison, it's going to go ahead and bring in the Marvel Legends 2-pack Ironmonger that just got out recently. It's a little bit of movie flavor there for you guys. So these guys are pretty big, beefy, armored characters. As you can see, Titanium Man is just a little bit taller. So you can see like a good little looking down angle at the Ironmonger. Just to give you guys a pretty relative scaling how big this guy is. And let's go ahead and do a little Rose Gallery line up here for the Iron Man villains. We have the Marvel Legend MODOK. It came out a while ago. We have the Living Laser. I forgot what wave this guy came out in. We have the comic book version of the Ironmonger. And you have the comic book Ultron that came out in a much earlier Iron Man wave from a while ago. And I wasn't able to get the Titanium Man figure. That's like a different variation of the character that was heavily based off of this mold. Or this mold was based off of that figure. But if I can find them, I'll try to find them and get them later on, maybe this year or something like that. I might get them off eBay or something. But yeah. There was an earlier Marvel Legends Titanium Man that was based off of this figure. And so yeah, the little bit of the Iron Man's Rogue Gallery kind of right there. Thanos is also part of this gallery, as of course his first appearance was during the Iron Man comic book, so he does technically qualify as an Iron Man villain. But we're gonna let him sit out this video. So bring these guys back on out. And let's get into the figure a little bit, guys. For accessories, this Titanium Man figure did come with a second set of hands. However, his set that he came with in the box was 2 right fists. Well, correction, left fist. And so yeah, that was pretty irritating. So yeah, not sure what I'm going to do about that. I'm just going to pretty much just leave him with this open right hand here. So just going to have to make it work, I guess. That's really a bummer to have 2 of the same fists. But yeah, alternate hands were 2 grippy hands or 2 open hands. And he also comes with this interchangeable head here, fleshy head. And this is the one he comes with equipped in the packaging, so I just put his armored up helmet on. And so, let's get down to brass tacks here, get a close look at the figures, see what we got going on here. Right at the packaging, I was coming across quite a few, what can I say, discrepancies here. He has a loose wobble type deal going on. I guess it's because his hips are connected kind of sort of underneath the skirt here. And there were a lot of like points where I had to pretty much crack the paint on him pretty much. And so he has like a lot of scuffage, like right there where his elbow is. Had to break the paint and left a mark right there. Similar thing happened on the legs. So yeah, there was a lot of like cracking here and there. He had a little smudge right there on his chin from the tape that they had over his face, well, his face plate here in the packaging. So yeah, quite a few. Yeah, he has some scuffage right here on his thigh as well, if you guys can kind of see it a little bit. So unfortunately, yeah, some scrapes right here too on the forearm. Don't know if that was intentional or not, but yeah, quite a few issues in the paint. I don't know if it was just fate that I ended up with this guy, a more damaged one, or what, but I guess it kind of adds character a little bit to him. Makes it look like I could pretend it's just, battle damage or whatnot, but it's not too big a deal. He's just gonna go pretty much like midway or back of my Iron Man villains display, so he's not gonna get seen a lot or too much as far as displays go. But let's go ahead and get into the figure itself. Let's see what he can do. So gonna have to pan up a little bit here because he's so tall. His head can't look up that far on a ball joint, well, a dumbbell joint right there in the neck. I guess this weird gap right there in his neck as far as the dumbbell joint is concerned. Look down that far, so not crazy far, but just enough. Side to side motion, of course. He has these really tight shoulder joints, because it's kind of like this shoulder piece is kind of rubber. It's kind of wedged in there in the shoulder socket right there, so you kind of have to force that in as well as you move the shoulders up. But yeah, shoulders can move up that far, so pretty much parallel. Bicep cut, single jointed elbow if you can manage it. That folds in at about 90 degrees. I'm just gonna let that slip for right now. Wrist rotation with up and down. If I can, I'm gonna have to crack the paint on this one a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Come on, dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the Wizards. Yeah, so bends up and down ever so slightly due to this kind of like piece right here that goes around his wrist, kind of hinders it. And of course the paint is like got it really tight. Let's see if I can try it on this hand. Yeah, getting better range of motion on this hand, on the grippy hands. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier, but yeah. And so he has one of those around the world kind of chest swivels that doesn't get a whole lot of motion, but he can lean back that far, crunch forward, not really. So that kind of sucks. It's side to side pivot a little bit, so if you want to do that, you can. Leg kick out this far. He does have these pieces of skirt right here on the side that are kind of cut to allow for his legs to come out a little bit more. So kind of appreciate that little effort on their part. Legs kick out if you can manage this far. So yeah, pretty stiff there because of the skirt, but makes it work. He has an upper thigh cut, which I wasn't really expecting for this kind of figure. Select figure that's kind of big, but yeah, that's there. He has a single jointed knee. It bends a little bit, yeah, right at 90 degrees. Then he has ankle pivot with a little bit above and down motion because of this. Again, very similar to the forearms or wrist area. There has this little round portion that goes all the way around, so that, yeah, that kind of hinders his up and down motion as far as his ankle. It stops right there. Yeah, not overall as far as our aesthetic goes. Gosh, not too bad looking, but you do have to put in a good bit of work if you want to pose him any kind of way. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, and then Amazon sent me a figure with 2 left hands, well, 2 left fists anyway. So I was a little bit disappointed about that. But as always, if you're just trying to build out a Iron Man shelf, it's always good to have as many villains as possible to kind of show what the superhero is going through and his struggles and whatnot. And before I forget, I'm going to throw in a last minute comparison here. You have the modular Iron Man armor, and you have the 80 years armor with the Tony head equipped. So see how those stack up. Yep. Not a bad look. He goes pretty good with either one. The more modern armor or the classic styling. You just need him to be big and intimidating. That's pretty much it. And for, I think I paid maybe 25 or 26 bucks for this Titanium Man figure on Amazon. I recommend you guys, if you guys have the budget, if you guys have the money, why not just go ahead and pick them up. Maybe you guys won't get a 2 left hand one, and you won't have to crack the paint as much and cause scuffage and damage to your figure, and you can have another villain for your displays. But yeah, so guys, that was my review. I appreciate you guys stopping by. If you would, please go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share your thoughts, and I will be back tonight or tomorrow with another video for you guys. And as usual, I will see you later. Take it easy.